Today I'm going to show you has been played in Doha 1993 against IM Barcelona. So e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, d3, bishop e7, bishop b3, castle, castle, d6 and c3. This line they call it Little Spanish because white usually is trying to get to a Spanish structure without facing the sidelines in Spanish, like Marshall and all other stuff.
e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, d3, bishop e7, castle, castle, bishop b3, d6, c3, knight a5, bishop c2, c5. Black is trying to get a Spanish formation. I don't think that it's a wise decision. There are lines for black much better than this. Rook e1, h6, knight b d2, bishop d7, knight f1, rook e8, knight g3, b5, d4, queen c7. Now we have exactly a Spanish position, and I push d5. I like close positions because then I have all the time to prepare what I want to do. c4, b4. This is a good move. It's eliminating the squares of the knight. cb3, ab3. Now queen c3 is not possible because after bishop d2 white wins a piece. Knight b7, bishop d2. First I must defend this pawn. a5 and b4. Now if black takes pawn take, in this position the pawn in b5 is vulnerable. White can very easily attack this pawn, but his counterpart in b4 is very solid. Black is not able to attack the pawn in b4. So usually this pawn will fall after some move, sooner or later. That's why black didn't take in b4. Rook ec8, bishop d3, bishop d8. Black trying to bring his bishop to b6. Maybe not the best plan. Queen e2, attacking b5, queen b6, h3, queen a6. Freeing the square for the bishop to come to b6. Rook b1. I want to force black to push a4. to have a closed position. a4. Now knight e1, very strong move. Knight is heading to a3. Bishop b6, knight c2. Now he must bring his knight to defend the b5, so knight e8, knight a3, knight c7. Now as you can see, all black pieces are cramped and his pass pawn is blocked with the knight in a3. Knight is attacking at the same time defending, and all the other pieces are free to join an attack on the king, which is at this point without any defender. King h1. White shows his intentions. He wants to prepare f4. Rook e8, trying to bring some pieces back. Rook f1, knight d8, queen h5. Okay, now white is ready to play f4. Queen a7. Now black wants to counter f4 by bishop e3. Okay, but now I have a surprise for him. Bishop h6. Pawn h6, queen h6. The threat is knight h5. So black plays rook f8. So we'll be able to defend knight h5 with knight e8. Now another good move. Knight b5. Of course, if knight takes b5, knight h5, and I am trying to eliminate the knight in c7 and then play knight h5. So he must take with bishop. Knight h5, knight e8, force move, bishop b5, f6, only move, bishop e8. Now everything falls. After rook e8, there will be rook a4, and black will lose almost everything, starting by the rook in a8, maybe after rook in e8. So black resigns. This game in some points was very similar to the game of Karpov against Onziker in Olympiad 1974. I learned some ideas from that game.